Hello and welcome back to Hempfield Happenings. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Alexis. Even though we are on summer vacation, Hempfield Happenings is still going strong, sharing stories from across the district. Here's our award-winning Hempfield Happenings.
While learning about weather in a classroom can develop understanding for many students, getting to hear from someone in the field of studying weather can bring heightened interest to this topic. Ace Brown looked into this special guest.
Every year, East Petersburg Elementary School has Chief Meteorologist Christine Ferreira expand on topics learned in the 5th grade science unit. Students and teachers eagerly anticipate Christina's presentations and discussions.
Pure excitement. It's always excellent to see Christine Ferreira come back to us, but I think what was even more special this time is she was just promoted to Chief Meteorologist for WGAL.
Love actually getting out of the studio to talk to people, because in the morning, we just talk to a camera. You don't have that one-on-one interaction. And I really like going to talk to schools and just getting out in the community, telling people about my job and why I love it so much.
I think it was nice that she was able to come out, and it was fun.
This presentation doesn't just teach students about weather, but shows how it applies in the real world.
How it occurs and what will happen if it occurs and how to stay safe.
She took what we learned as just an idea and showed them how it actually applies to the real world.
He went over the different types of weathers and how it occurs and what you use to kind of study and measure what the weather is.
Christine's presentation presents students the idea and opportunity of a professional job in weather.
A lot of people might have interest in weather, but it never really gets cultivated, I want to say. For me, I didn't really have a role model to look up to. I never saw any women on TV when I was growing up. So to have someone come and speak about weather would have been great. I never had that either. So it just makes it that much more special when someone comes up to me, years from now and says, I was a student, I saw you speak at my elementary school, and it inspired me to pursue meteorology. It means a lot.
My sincere hope is that our students learn about different careers. They see that there are many pathways in their future. And it's a matter of exploring. It's a matter of never stopping learning, seeking to understand, and then just trying something new. But it first starts with planting a seed. And today a seed was planted through the life of a meteorologist. And so I'm hopeful that the next storm chaser might come from East Petersburg Elementary School.
When professionals present to elementary students, it opens up possibilities to their future. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Ace Brown.
Learning how to manage your finances can be a daunting task for anyone, but learning from a young age can instill independence in kids. McKenna Straley discovered this new beneficial program.
Right? So,
we've all heard the saying that money doesn't grow on trees, but in our young kids' minds, it definitely does. Finding effective and engaging ways to teach students about personal finances is hard. So when is it a good time to start teaching our kids about money? Mrs. Price's 6th grade class of 11 to 12-year-olds have been engaging in their own kind of classroom currency that they call Class Cash.
Class Cash is something that the kids receive for showing expected behaviors in class. They can earn cash by meeting the expectations of the classroom. They can lose cash if they're not meeting the expectations.
Not only does this help regulate behavior in the classroom, but it also teaches valuable lessons about real-world responsibilities like rent, bank accounts, and good spending habits.
I think it also helps them. Some of them, like I said, they have to rent their desk. And some of the kids at the beginning of the year are like, I said, you can either rent it or you can buy your desk right away. Kind of like if you're renting or buying a house, and some of them bought their desk so they wouldn't have to pay that rent each month. So I think it's teaching them some of the skills that they're going to have in life.
The students have showed lots of engagement throughout the process of learning about money, and have even started applying their knowledge outside of the classroom.
I've learned that it's best not to be in debt, because depending on your actions, it's like digging a hole but not having a way out of the hole.
That it's pretty hard to make good financial decisions, and it's like 50-50 if you can do good or bad.
Next year, Mrs. Price has plans on extending the Class Cash activity to introduce even more important financial concepts, as she feels the kids at this age can grasp the higher levels of personal accountability.
I know that next year, because this is my first year teaching 6th grade, so I know next year I think that I'm going to bump it up a notch, because I taught 4th grade before, and maybe add in interest, and maybe they have a bank account, and just make it a little more, because I think they can handle it.
Class Cash is a great way to begin teaching students the basics of financial literacy at an early age. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm McKenna Straley.
With more and more pets being abandoned and given up, rescues are becoming completely filled. Charlie's Crusaders, a local rescue, works to combat this issue. I highlighted this cause. Charlie's Crusaders, a nonprofit volunteer-run rescue, provides an environment for high-risk dogs to find their forever homes on the Northeast coast. Finding homes for neglected dogs can be difficult. Thus, Charlie's Crusaders helps to alleviate this problem.
And it was created, the director lives in Mississippi, and down in Mississippi there's a large amount of people who don't spay or neuter, and they don't treat their animals nicely. So she wanted to save as many dogs as she could by rescuing them down there and then bringing them up to foster homes or adopters in Pennsylvania.
With at least 6.5 million pets in shelters across the United States and only a little over 3 million being adopted, a need for rescues like Charlie's Crusaders arises.
There are many ways to support our rescue. You can foster, you can adopt, you can volunteer at one of our events. Donations are always helpful, and it's not just money, but even dog food, dog treats, toys, beds, anything a dog would need.
Through the help of external sources, Charlie's Crusaders is supplied with the resources to save as many dogs from dangerous living situations as possible. For more information on how to support, search for Charlie's Crusaders Pet Rescue. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Lindsay Over.
During the summer, many high school students look for their first job. Ace Brown looked into a local plant nursery that offers jobs to students around the community.
Minder's Nursery provides teens with a way to build a good work ethic and a sense of responsibility. In 1955, Samuel Minder started the family business. Since then, it has grown to 4 locations around Lancaster County.
My father and my uncle joined the business in the 1970s. My father was a high school biology teacher for about 8 years prior to starting the business, so he had a great rapport with high school age kids and young guys, and that was around the time that they decided to start employing, young teenagers, young men and women.
And starting work as a teenager can be very beneficial.
I think it's a huge benefit for teenagers to have a job. You got to learn all those skills, interacting with your boss, being on time, all this stuff, just like at school. You have to be on time, you have to be responsible, communicate well. So I think the younger age that you get started at that, the better for the teen.
Gets them more motivated in life. I started working when I was 14. And you just learn how to work. There's so many different types of jobs here. There's some easy ones, there's hard ones, but you just learn how to work and you just push through it.
I mean, they're definitely, they're not fully prepared for the workforce. So we take a lot of pride in trying to develop them, teaching them those kind of things,
And plus, one of the benefits is being outside instead of being stuck in an office. That's why I like working here.
Minder's nurseries also benefit from having teenagers work there.
So they benefit us. I mean, we need that seasonal labor when the students aren't in school is when we're the busiest, so it kind of works out great being able to hire teens for the summer.
These students also believe that starting work young has benefited them.
Definitely made me a harder worker. You know, in the past, you know, before I started working, I was a little bit lazier, but it's definitely gotten me up and moving, you know, instead of just sitting at home. You know, this generation I feel like is a lot like lazier than other ones, so I think teens starting early is the best way for people to get money.
Teens working at Minder's have learned important life skills, and not only the business has benefited, but also the teens. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Ace Brown.
As we are in the midst of summer break, students and faculty look for activities to occupy their time. Alexis Robinson looked into the fun activities people are looking forward to.
Since summer break is coming up, I decided to ask people of the Hempfield community what their summer plans were. I got a lot of great answers.
My family is going on a cruise to Hawaii.
My plans this summer are to go on a cruise with my family and to go to the Poconos with my family. I also run cross country, so we have summer training.
I'm going to my Mimi and Papa's house, and we're doing this like weekly sleepover where I sleep over like a week.
Summer break is a great opportunity for students to rest and take time for themselves during the sunniest months of the year for us in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. There's many activities that people enjoy doing with their time off.
I liked going to Maryland. We went to Maryland once, and I like going to the aquarium, so I'd like to go to the aquarium again. I like going to the pool because it's fun, and I'm learning how to swim in the deep end. I hang out with friends because it helps me pass the time.
I like hanging out with my friends and going to like the beach.
I love to go kayaking. I love to go swimming. I love to just honestly be around water, at the pools, wherever it may be, and especially the beach. One of my favorite places too.
Some believe that year-round schooling is more beneficial as a whole than having a summer break. Although having a break in the middle of the year is nice, some think that having a lot of short breaks in the year are better for our well-being.
I would probably have a summer break because it's like it gives you a chance to get away from the stress of school.
Because my brother does year-round, and I feel like he has more like of a break than us because ours is only like 2 months, but I feel like the breaks that he has all combined is more than we have.
I like the summer break because it just like gives a chance to like relax and have fun and explore new places.
I think the summer break's nice because it kind of gives you time off from school, time to relax.
Oh, definitely a summer break. I think everybody just needs a break to honestly just refresh and reset and take the time to make memories, right? Go and do something, have that time and ability to go with your family and just get out and go live and enjoy the little moments. And
overall, having time to relax is helpful for all students, whether they are enrolled in year-round schooling or if they have a summer break. Make sure to take time for yourself this summer. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Lexi Robinson.
Choosing classes for the upcoming school year can be a big task. One option that students have is to take an internship in the place of a class. Lizzie Pegg found out more about this unique opportunity.
With the school year coming to an end, students should start thinking about the class they want to take next year. And depending on factors like how many class credits they have fulfilled, upcoming juniors and seniors have the option to take any internship they'd like with the help and approval of a counselor.
I spoke with Ms. Romero to learn more about these internship opportunities.
Internship is an opportunity for students to get work experience, job skills, thinking of maybe something they want to try out for their future. It's like an extended semester-long job shadow where you're really kind of just observing, maybe participating in some of the things that that future career might entail. The students have to secure their own internship. That's the one thing. We don't select it for them. We don't have like a bank of choice options. They do need to start that conversation. So they may go and talk to that business and say, my school has this program. I really think I want to do this in the future. I would like to spend this time with you each week. And they're taking that initiative, they're doing the research, they're making the connection. They have to get a contract signed, and that contract then is between the school, the student and parent, and the supervisor at the business. And then once the contract's in, they talk to us and we put it in their schedule. So this program is for juniors and seniors only. Ideally, the student needs to be able to transport themselves. So ideally, a student should have their driver's license. If they're going to do it in their junior and senior year, we try to have them do all their classes here first, and then they can leave school early to do the program. We prefer the students do it outside the school. There's only a few that are inside the school because we really want them to be connecting in the community and getting a real life experience. It can really be that hands-on learning piece is essential, because you can read about something, but to actually go and be living and breathing it is a whole different ballgame.
Students are able to choose their internship experience, from helping the librarians in the school to working in a hospital. Counselors encourage students to look for internships that take place outside of the school, but students can still organize internships within the school, such as senior Adeline Hampton, who's working with Miss Kreider for her internship.
Last year I was in this class, and Mrs. Kreider asked me, since I have danced before, if I wanted to be the intern for the class this year. Internships look really good on college resumes. I have this internship every other third period. I've learned a lot more about other dances, and other than just the classes I've taken in the past, I've learned about, we've done Irish dancing, we've done cultural dances, we've done dancing through the decades.
Internships can be a great way to fulfill your class credit and gain real-life work experience. By taking an internship that's molded to your specific interests, it can be a great assistant in jumpstarting your future. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Lizzie Pegg.
Where our water comes from may be a bit of a mystery to many in Lancaster. Connor Wettig looked into how our water is transported around the county by Hempfield Water Authority.
Do you think the tap water here in Hempfield is safe to drink?
No.
No. Yeah, I drink it every day. I'm fine with it.
No. Well, I would like the fluoride levels to be tested. If there's a high level of fluoride, you might want to stay away from, not drink a ton of it. I think it's probably okay.
No, don't drink the tap water, bring your own bottle.
Some students at Hempfield High School think tap water is unsafe and bottled water should be drank instead.
Your bottled water comes from someone else's water system, but they just bottle it. It's not coming from a Rocky Mountain spring somewhere. It has to be treated. It gets in there. They pull it goes through all their filters. They pull out. It's not chlorinated anymore in that bottle, so it's supposed to be safe, but it's also stored in plastic, which is not a good thing either. So.
Because of the Safe Drinking Water Act of 1974, drinking tap promises proper testing and filtration of contaminants.
We're very well regulated, and we're under the eyes of our regulators that we have to have high quality water, or else we get notified if there's anything bad, and at this point we don't get notified for anything. We have a annual report that we put out, and we might get a hit on different things, but we report that. But we check it and check it and check it, and it doesn't come back anymore. So basically, our water here is very good. So
the annual drinking water quality report shows us any contaminants, residue, or lead that may be found in the water. The authority adds chlorine and fluoride to their water for dental health.
We're also regulated on how much we have to put in. We can't go below a certain minimum, so it's something we have to do. And then at the end of our systems, we're supposed to have not lower than a certain amount at the end of our systems. Like our system goes from here to the end of Rohrstown. We have to maintain a certain level of chlorine down to that point.
You can visit the Hempfield Water Authority's website at ehwater.com or stop into their office for any questions regarding your tap water. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Connor Wettig.
A new program being introduced to the high school is one in which students are able to become certified referees for various sports in Lancaster. Tyler Constein investigated what makes this program so special.
The PIAA is introducing a new referee class for high school students to take in an attempt to gain more referees for high school sporting events.
The referee class benefits students in various ways.
They'll be able to have the skills and the training necessary to get licensed or certified in various sports that they could then pursue for a part-time job or maybe even for a career after high school.
It kind of like sets things up for kids to be career ready as an official, and a lot of people don't continue sports after high school or college, and so you can stay involved, stay fit, and it's just like a fun side job to do something that you love.
Having referees is very important to high school sporting events. Without refs, sporting events may not be possible.
So there's a pretty significant shortage of referees at various levels, both the youth level as well as interscholastic and even at the collegiate level. And so without the proper number of referees, games have to get canceled or be rescheduled, and sometimes don't even happen because there just aren't enough officials.
The referee class experience is uniquely different from a normal class experience.
So the experience for our students would be to, first of all, be taught how the sport is played, so they'll understand the sport itself for each of the units. And then they'll be taught the rules of the game, and then by participating in the game and playing that game, they'll have a chance to understand the rules and the expectations in terms of how to play.
It gives you a completely different perspective. I do wrestling, and I think it's common to see like fans are always yelling at refs, treating them with disrespect. And then once you see like the different perspective of the sport and how difficult it can be, I think you just respect officials more, and you also just see the sport from a different angle, which is pretty cool to do.
There are many reasons as to why people should apply to become referees.
There's a need for it, and it would be a great way to serve that need and help our community. It's also a way to give back. Student athletes who enjoyed a sport when they were growing up, as they get older and maybe stop playing, they have a chance to give back and make it possible for younger people to play and enjoy the game.
Referees are a crucial part of sporting events. With the new generation of young adults rising, referees are becoming more and more needed. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Tyler Constein.
Now it's time for Hempfield Highlights. In the month of May, the annual FemFest events were held across the district to help raise benefits for the PTOs. These events were very successful and were a great way for students to celebrate the end of the school year. Engaging and helping the community is central to the mission of Anchor Club, a volunteer club at the high school. In an effort to bring the community together around a central love of arts and crafts, Anchor Club hosted a craft fair to share the talents of our community. Alyssa Abo took this creative event and looked into it.
Here in the gym, the Anchor Club is holding their third annual craft fair, wherein students, staff, and other local vendors are showcasing their items, as well as food trucks that are serving great food. The Anchor Club president recalls the story on why and how this event was formed.
Well, the idea first started when I was a sophomore, as sophomore representative. I had a coworker at the time who was selling polymer clay earrings, and I really wanted to support them. So I was like, suggesting just, let's do a craft fair, mainly so I could just support my friend's business.
Bringing people together for the fair helps others in the community and gives growth to their business.
It's just a big social event in addition to benefiting the community financially in a way, because the Hempfield Clothing Bank will be getting the donations and then the vendors would be getting the proceeds from the community.
One local vendor expressed the personal benefits of selling her products at the fair.
So it gives me exposure. So it gives me a chance to come to a new area that I might not normally come to. And I've also been able to talk about an event that I have coming up in October where I am hosting a craft show that has a fundraising element to it.
While another local vendor finds joy in chatting with the customers.
The people, children out here looking and just the interaction with everyone that I get to meet. I'm usually a quiet person, so this kind of gets me out to say hello to everyone.
For one student vendor, she recognized the interest that the community has for handmade crafts.
It helps me to realize that people like the stuff that people make, and I mean you can see how many people come here to support it.
The third annual craft fair was a success made possible by the Anchor Club, the vendors who showed the product of their art and skills, and everyone who came to support as well as help the event. For Studio 7, I'm Alyssa Abo.
Some of our own students traveled to the National Academy of Arts and Sciences, or NATAS Awards, at Temple University. Hempfield submitted 9 projects for consideration, and all 9 received nominations. These include Light News with Cookies with Santa from Lexi Robinson, Magazine Program with Hempfield Happenings, Public Affairs/Community Relations, Reading Through the Records by Lizzie Pegg, for Commercial, Lancaster Dollars by Savannah Miller. Of these 9, 5 went to earn the Student Production Award. For Serious News, Buddy Bench by Emma Spiker, for Arts and Entertainment, Gap by Alex Burden, for Short Film, Halloween Mystery by Landon Brenner, and for Sports News, Inductee Gives Back by McKenna Straley. For PSA, Be Kind by Lyndon Brenner, who also won a scholarship. This was the school's best showing at the award ceremony to date. And finally, we end the school year with graduation, one of our biggest celebrations for all the hard work and dedication from the seniors that they have put in for their high school careers. A huge congratulations to all those graduating, and we wish you luck on your future endeavors. Muffins may seem like a common food, but for students at Hempfield High School, these muffins are served in the cafeteria and are very near and dear to their hearts. Mazzie Seedorf looked into the process of making these prized snacks.
Hempfield student body loves Tuesdays and Thursdays morning muffins.
Oh, I love the breakfast muffins. They're my favorite.
Oh, they're so good.
Oh my god, they're so good.
They're amazing.
Because the top is crunchy and it's. I could talk about them all day.
What she said.
They're so good. Somewhat. We always have.
These muffins can be attributed to the work of Joyce Sayre.
Well, I wake up about 4:45 and leave my house about 5 o'clock. And then I get here about 4:15 and I unlock the kitchen. Then I start making the muffins at 5:30. Basically, the muffin is a mix. I just add water to it, mix in the mix. I add 4 cups of chocolate chips. Sometimes it's a little bit more. And then I mix that, or fold that into the batter. And then I scoop it out and put it in the muffin tins. And then on top of the muffins, before I put them in the oven, I sprinkle a little bit of chocolate chips on top. It's just kind of present it a little bit better and makes it more good. So I try to aim for about 200 muffins at a time, because they usually go, if they don't go at breakfast time, then they can buy them at lunchtime. I try to always do my best and to make it look presentable, because I know that they all like it.
Next time you see Joyce Sayre, make sure to thank her for her breakfast muffins. That's all from Studio 7. I'm Mazzie Seedorf.
Thank you for watching this month's episode of Hempfield Happenings. Be sure to tune in to the August episode. We will take a look at our videos made in California. Have a great summer.